Alright guys, Gemini back with another video, and in this video today I wanted to discuss Bill Watts running WCW in 1992. Click, 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 click. That's cool. Click it off. It's not, John Cena. It's not, whoever the new flavor of the month is. It's not Roman Reigns or a burial on YouTube or anything like that, so it's not that exciting. It's Bill Watts in WCW in 1992. Bill Watts came into WCW in 92, and he was given the task of trying to run WCW, which was a terribly mismanaged company throughout their... they always had non-wrestling people running WCW. And finally they decided to have Cowboy Bill Watts, who ran Mid-South in the 70s and 80s, come in and run WCW. And, man, the Cowboy, he changed things. I don't know if it was really in a good way. Bill Watts took his product from the 70s and 80s and he tried to put it in a early 90s crowd, and it just didn't fit. Bill Watts brought all these great international wrestlers over to WCW, and Bill Watts focused on tag team wrestling. Like if you watch the Great American Bash 92, it's a tag team tournament with the Steiners and Williams and Gordy. And Williams and Gordy will always go down as one of the greatest tag teams I've ever seen in my life. But it just really wasn't drawing well for the fans. The wrestling fans in 92, they wanted more of the entertainment side, and Bill Watts was focusing more on the pro wrestling side of it. And they struggled, and the show didn't draw very well. But it was unique. If you go back and you watch the WCW pay-per-views in 92, they're all must-have. They were all unique. I mean, especially with the international superstars. I would say that 92 WCW was definitely for hardcore wrestling fans. Like one of my greatest memories will always be Masahiro Chono in the Great Muta at Starrcade 92. I mean, really? I mean, that's just badass. I mean, drawing fans or not drawing fans, it was just cool. Watching Chono hook him up in the STF, and it was, I'm not talking attitude adjustment. I mean, I'm talking gritty, hardcore wrestling on the mat, physical and violent. And, Bill Watts was trying to run WCW without the established champion Ric Flair, and Cowboy only lasted a year in WCW, and then they got rid of him and went back to, pretty tame stuff in 93 and 94, and they really didn't get over the edge until 96 when the NWO came in, and 92, they lost money. But it was a special time in wrestling, and if you're looking for something interesting, watch some WCW pay-per-views from like 90, 91, and then watch 92. Watch all the 92 pay-per-views on WWE Network, and look at how unique it was. And then watch 93, 94, and you'll go back to seeing it wasn't so unique. But watch 92. All those pay-per-views were all filled with international superstars wrestling from Japan. Bill Watts would come on every pay-per-view and say, "Let's hook them up." It was interesting. It was interesting. It wasn't the highest drawing time for WCW, but it was always interesting for hardcore wrestling fans who love international superstars that nobody knows. But man, these guys could go, I'm telling you. So that's my thoughts on Bill Watts running WCW 92. He tried, but it wasn't for the early 90s crowd. They wanted entertainment, and WCW with Bill Watts in 92 wasn't all that entertaining, but it was interesting. Great American Bash 92. Check it out on WWE Network. You're going to be surprised at all these international wrestlers. You're going to look at it and be like, what the hell? Trust me. Check these out. Recommendation. People always want recommendations. Check this stuff out from WCW 92. Gemini, thank you.